Um, you might be actually wondering, how is it that I know um, who to reach out to, what companies to deliver the special invitations to. And um, my process is really actually not complicated at all. Um, and I will demonstrate it for you right here. So, here we go. Hey, here's what I want you to do for me. Talking to my AI assistant. I want you to make a full list of the companies that are working really hard to be at the forefront of space travel industry development. I want you to make a full list of all these companies, and I want you to figure out who the um, business development leader is in each of these companies, the individual who would most appropriately receive the space dock tickets solicitations, and I want you to prepare that full list for me, along with the name of the individual, and give it to me in the format of a mailing label. So it'll be the name, it'll be the company, and then the name of the attention to, and then the address. And double check your work, make sure that it's accurate, um, and make that list for me. Um, let's start with 10. Boop. All right. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. There's two. All right. So when you're putting this list together, I want you to omit anyone and everyone whose address is not readily available, because this is for the mailing labels. So I want you to refine the list, only including those that have addresses, and expand it. How about you give me? How about you give me 50? Drop and give me 50. Drop and give me 50. Here we go. Now this is a nice list. Keep going. It likes to stop in the middle of the process. I think it gets tired sometimes. But while it works, and my mic charges, I want to have a quick little conversation with you about expectations. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the first cycle of solicitations going out. Um, and I say first cycle because I understand that um, that not everyone I send the package to will even see the package. For several reasons. It might, if the company's mailing system, their internal mailing system is not as organized as it needs to be, what could easily happen is that um, the mail gets to the mailroom, gets to the building, but just never makes it to the individual that it's addressed to, or that it gets to their desk, but maybe they've got a lot going on in that office, and you know, um, weeks or even months go by before they ever open it. That's a possibility. Another possibility is just mail fatigue. Just like, oh, what's this? And without even opening it, they could toss it. That's a thing that could happen. I think sometimes living life too fast and not stopping to pay attention to things can come at great cost, and that would be an example of that. Um, so then the funnel's like this, right? I'm sending all of these solicitations out, but then what happens is, the ones who actually get it to their desk, that's a smaller funnel. And then the ones who actually open it, that's another funnel. The one who actually takes the time to, um, look into it and do their research, that's another funnel. And the ones who are like um, ready enough and just action oriented to the extent that they're not thinking that, oh yeah, I have time, but that understand that at any minute the header could go from green to yellow any minute. Um, that's a smaller funnel, and then to actually call um, and schedule their acquisition briefing. So even though um, that's a smaller funnel, the thing is, I understand that I'm playing a numbers game. Just in life, that's what it is. It's a numbers game. And that's for the simple reason why I'm not just sending the solicitation out to, one or two companies, that it's going to a broader number. Um, Knowing that, doing that enough eventually, um, I think there'll be competition actually. I think perhaps people may realize what's going on around the same time, and that there'll be a competition for the web address of commercial space travel. And my wish and my desire is to see the central web address for space travel, to be in the hand of the company that is most deserving, um, who has who's furthest along in terms of having the vision of exactly um, how they envision space leadership to look like. Um, Working with me, I think uh, ideally, I think the ideal company is one that is a fun company, has a fun vision for how space travel um, not only is a transformative experience, but um, one that the entire process of it, the entire process of preparing for it, that everything is like streamlined and fun and enjoyable. Um, so yeah, I mean, just to give you an example of how synonymous space.tickets is to be with space travel. Um, you'd have to think about how some companies, some brands, some products end up becoming the noun of what they represent. An example is Kleenex. The word is tissue, but we say Kleenex when we're talking about any kind of tissue because it's, the brand became the industry, became the product, became the word, became the language. And, there are other examples like Band-Aid and, Lysol and all these, different things. That's a phenomenon that I I get excited thinking about how space.tickets, the web address space.tickets, um, checks all the boxes for a name that um, can do that. um, you want to go to space, you get space.tickets, and you'll find yourself just saying, I think in the future, space.tickets, even if, uh, even in a world where other companies come out and they want to offer tickets to space travel, um, space.tickets remains like the central address for space travel activities. And so that's just really exciting. And I feel that I have a duty and a responsibility to take what I've done from here with writing this, with writing the central domain, the central web domain for space travel experiences, to take what I've done and open it to a world, let these space companies know that this now exists, and then beyond that, to make sure that this asset, um, the license itself, finds its place in the hand and heart of people who will do the most good with it, who will deliver this solution most efficiently and effectively into a rapidly evolving market, um, rapidly evolving industry. You know, in the past, we could have said that this was a thing of science fiction, but space.tickets is real, and it's a real web domain, and it really exists for uh, connecting the world to space travel experiences. And there really are. There's only one space.tickets, and there's vast, um, ever uh, ever growing number of companies that have a vision to lead, that want to do that, that want to um, lead this industry forward. And so I'm excited to see who calls first. I'm excited to see how the conversations go. I'm really excited actually to just, do this part and like cross this off the list as completed, check this off, and get to the point where we are at the table and talking. I really look forward, I think, to having conversations with people, and I want it to be fun. I want to connect and, you know, just for the whole process to be enjoyable. Um, so that's what's happening, and it's happening right now.